I wanted to share a little story about a session I had yesterday with a client. It was a married couple, and they had two chihuahuas. Well, one of the chihuahuas was only 9 months old, and the other one was about 10 years old. Maybe older. They don't quite know. Maybe older. But they initially called me because the younger dog had bitten 3 people. So they called me for that dog. Now, they didn't want to record the session. That's why, you won't see videos of these dogs or this session on my channel, which is, I respect anyone I work with. They don't want to record or post. I totally respect that. But I've had a few cases where they call me because they think the problem is with this dog, and really the problem is with the other one, that they can't see it. Now, this is a great example of, because the older dog had like a cerebral disease. I don't remember if it's degenerative or what had happened. They don't know if it was born with it or what the circumstances were. But they got this dog, and it already had some issues with its nervous system. And so the dog had, it could get around, but you could tell when it would walk that it had some issues. And they had said that he wasn't quite all there mentally. But when I got there, the dog was barking constantly, stressed out, was anxious. And by the end of the session, when I left, we had gotten both dogs to be very, very calm. They were in a great place. And we were able to figure out that it was actually the older dog. The older dog was influencing the younger dog to behave aggressively. But I don't think that younger Chihuahua was actually really aggressive, nor do I think he was the problem. And by the end of it, I actually really liked what the younger Chihuahua was showing me. It was a very calm, stable dog. Very interesting Chihuahua too. I've never met a Chihuahua with his coat. It was like a gray and white, but spotted. Really interesting Chihuahua. But it's just an example of, we take dogs in who have medical conditions or health problems, and I think we feel sorry for them. And we treat them with kid gloves, and we make excuses for the dog. But what I had showed them was we need to treat him no different than the younger one. And that's what we did. We ended up having to set some boundaries and address the older dog, who had some health issues, the same way we addressed the young one. And that really helped this older dog to relax and calm down, which in turn made the younger dog calm down and relax. And we had one of the family members come over. The Chihuahua had not bitten this family member directly, came close, but it had bitten her mother. So she came over, and we had gotten these two dogs relaxed, and actually it all went really well. The Chihuahua didn't even show an inclination to want to bite. And so it's what I want people to take away from it is that don't baby your dog if they're medically compromised. Right? Don't treat them any different. Don't feel sorry for them. Don't be soft with them. Right? Because your dog doesn't see things that way. Your dog doesn't care that it's medically compromised. Your dog isn't feeling sorry for itself. Your dog is very resilient. And your dog is going to push through life. Not not giving a fuck about its medical condition. It's still going to perceive the world the same way, and it's still going to engage with the world the same way. But it's the humans that begin to interact with the dog differently and treat the dog differently because we think we need to treat it differently. We feel sorry for it, and we baby it, and oh, poor, you know, um, poor Smoochie, or poor, whatever the fuck the dog's name is. Poor dog. It's a huge mistake. Because then you end up coddling the dog, and you end up fostering insecurity in the dog that doesn't need to be there. You end up fostering anxiety and stress in the dog that doesn't need to be there. You end up letting things slide from the dog when you really shouldn't, because you feel sorry for the dog. And then you in turn unintentionally end up creating problems. Now, I'm not saying that if your dog has a specific condition that, you know, maybe you need to be a little bit more gentle with it. That's fine. I'm not saying be rough with the dog. I'm saying all the rules still apply. Right? The dog still needs rules. The dog still needs boundaries. You still need to instill discipline. You still need to address the dog the same way you would address any other dog who is engaging in the same way. A healthy dog that you might be firm with, just because the dog's medically compromised, you should still engage the same way with that dog. And so once they change the way they engage with this older dog, it changed the whole dynamic. So it's just a really good example of not only one, it's an example of one, how if you have multiple dogs, the dog that's actually causing the problem might not be the dog you think it is. And two, if you have a dog that's medically compromised, don't make the mistake of treating that dog differently, or babying that dog, or being soft with that dog. It's still a dog, and that dog still has the same needs, and that dog still needs the same kind of communication from you. That dog still needs the same level of leadership from you as any other dog.